Hello and welcome to Orion Star Yards. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Hopetech Adventurer. This is the next ship in our series of Caravan class ships. The Caravan ships are all ships that are designed to be usable by anyone. So they all have to have a Class A engine, so that way you don't need any ranks of piloting skill to fly it. And they also have to acquire 0 ranks of starship design to build the ship. Now, the Caravan line of ships is also designed to be something that you would take out for your family on a weekend getaway in the stars. So we are looking for a ship that has a galley that we can cook in, and will sleep at least 4 people, preferably with a separate sleeping area for the parents. Alright, coming on up here, let's go ahead and take an interior tour. So as we enter the ship, we immediately enter into the Hopetech 2x1 living quarters. Here you can see we already have 2 beds, a little table that will seat 2. We've got a galley right here that we can cook in. Up front here, we have our cockpit. And then as we come back here, we have a cab cross brace that will take us onto the other side. Again, this is a catamaran style build, so it's basically 2 holes. Over here, we have another second galley, small little seating area for 2, a fridge, and then here is going to be the main sleeping area. We have 4 bunks back here, as well as a bathroom. Moving forward in the ship, we come on up here, and this is going to be the Hopetech 2x1 Captain's Quarters. Here we have a seating for 4, the bed for the parents, including some nice artwork for the children, somewhat private desk in case you need to go ahead and do some work while you're on your travel. And then right up here we have our docker access, and then the private bathroom for the parents. Alright, and that is the Adventurer interior tour. Let's come on back over here and see how this ship is built. So as mentioned, this build is done entirely using Hopetech parts. So you can put it all together right here at Hopetown on Valo, or Palvo. Going to view and modify my ships. Now, the astute viewers of you might note that I am running a modded build, but there are no mods needed to build this ship. However, I am taking advantage of the ship flip glitch, so you will need to have that enabled. Let's go into the ship builder. What we're going to do here is we're going to select everything and then delete it. Alright, now let's go ahead and build this ship. So first things first, we want to go ahead and grab our landing bay. So the landing bay, we have our ladder right here, and we are going to go ahead and grab one of our 2x1 halves. Then we're going to come on over here and grab the cross brace. And then we're going to add another 2x1 hab, and then our final 2x1 hab. Now, right now, these are all 2x1 all-in-ones, but from the tour, we can see that only this one is wanted to be an all-in-one. So we want to come on over here, select this, and we're going to swap this on over for the living quarters. And we're going to take this one, select it, and swap it on over to the captain's quarters. Next up, we are going to add the cockpit. Now, Hopetech has the Armstrong or Commander style cockpit, and then they have their Overseer bridges. However, only the Armstrong cockpits require 0 ranks of starship design, so any Hopetech build that is requiring no starship design has to have these cockpits. I'm going to place that right here on top of the landing bay. And then the final piece for the human navigatable portion of the ship is we are going to go ahead and grab the docker. Now, Hopetech has their docker, a side docker here, and their front docker here. Remember, your docker always has to be on the outside edge of this ship. For this particular build, we are using the front docker right here. And that is the hab layout. Now, from here, we are going to go ahead and add our landing gear. Let's come on over to the gear tab. Now, taking a look at the landing gear that is available, we've got the Hope 5 lander, which goes underneath, the Hope 55 lander, which requires Starship design, so we're not going to use that, and then the Hope 6 lander, which connects on the bottom side. So this particular build, we're using 3 Hope 5 landers. We put one right here. We're going to copy this and put one right here. And we're going to copy this one more time and put one right here. So that is our landing bays. From here, we are now going to go ahead and add our reactor. So come on over here to the reactors tab. Now, without any ranks of Starship design, the most reactor power that you can get is 20, which is going to either be the 360T Stellarator reactor, or we could get the 134mm toroidal reactor. The tokamak reactors are also an option. However, their entry for 20 power generated requires Starship design for some reason. So we could use an 18 power one, but there's no real reason to do that. This particular build, I went ahead and grabbed the 360T, but you can use whatever you would like. It's going to slot in right here below the front of the all-in-one berth B here. Then, underneath the cross brace, the Hopetech cross braces actually have connection points on the top and bottom. For this one, we are going to actually come on over here to the grav drives, and we're going to attach our grav drive right here on the bottom. Now, for the grav drives, you can only get a maximum of 23 grav jump thrust without needing ranks of Starship design using Class A grav drives. So we can use either the Helios, the R3000, or we can come on down to the SGDs, which are massively inferior. Slayton Airspace apparently doesn't like grav drives. So, best choices here are either the R3000 or the Helios 300. And for this particular build, I went with the Helios 300. Next up, on the front of this grav drive, we are going to come on over to the structural tab, and we are going to go ahead and add a Hopetech thruster. Just adds a little bit of extra bulk into the center of the ship. From here, let's go ahead and continue adding some more structural elements. We'll come on over to the side, and we're going to add a pair of portholes. Then coming over this side, and over here we're going to add a porthole here and a porthole here. Now, we are currently missing our engines and our fuel. So, for fuel, we're going to come on in here, right above the thruster. We're going to come on over to the fuel tanks, scroll all the way on down, and we are going to add a pair of Titan 350 HE3 tanks. Now, you could get just as much fuel, actually more, from a single 550 tank and use less mass as well. However, that would leave this area slightly empty, and there's no reason to do that. Alright, moving forward from this, we're going to come on over here, and we are going to come on over to the structural tab, and we're going to add a horizon weapon mount right there. And then on the side of our reactor, we're going to add another horizon weapon mount. This is where we are going to go ahead and put our weapons. We could also go ahead and put that there instead. It's however you would like to put it. Then, right over here on the back of the landing bay underneath the porthole, we're going to come on over to the cargo tab. We're going to go ahead and add the Caravan V102 cargo hold. It's just adding a little bit of extra cargo space for our ship. Now, while we're still looking at the front, let's go ahead and just add our weapons. Now, you can always go ahead and add more of these weapon mounts if you want to have a different weapon loadout. However, I just went ahead and used 3 of these Ravager 20 MeV electron beams. These do require 4 power each, so you can only use a maximum of 3 of them. But you could very easily fill this out with an assortment of different weapons. However, you do run into some issues with what's available at Hopetown for the particle beam array without needing Starship design. I'll put 2 right there, and then we're going to put the last one right over here. Continuing on, let's go ahead and just assign our weapons really quick so that way it doesn't complain about that. All that we are missing now is our engines. Now, if we come on over here to the Engines tab, we have the Ammon line, which we can use up to the Ammon 3 without needing any ranks of Starship design. These only require 2 reactor power. Then we have the SA 4000 line, but all of these require Starship design. We have the White Dwarf 1000 line, and we have the White Dwarf 2000 line, all the way up to the 2010s. And then everything else requires Starship design. For this particular build, I went ahead and put a pair of White Dwarf 1020s on. However, you can use literally whatever engines you would like. Alright. Next up, we want to go ahead and add a shield. Now for this particular build, I went with the 30S Protector Shield Generator. And I went ahead and I put this on top right here. Note, I am going to go ahead and clip pipes in over this. However, if you did not want to go ahead and do that merge, you could easily stick it on the side right here, or stick it on top of the cross brace right here. So, whatever you would like there. Other alternatives is we can go for the Bastille shield generators. However, the best one here that does not require Starship design only gives us 390 shield. Or we can go into the Deflector SG30, which is the one that's going to give us the most shield, but it does have to be a side mount. And the only side mount slot that we have available still is either right here, or we've got one right here. Now, from here, we are then going to go ahead and add some structural elements. These elements are purely for aesthetic reasons. They are not needed at all. And we run into the fun issue that Hopetech has a lot of things that will go on top, but nothing that goes really on the side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add a Hopetech radiator right here. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the Hopetech Pipes 4. We're going to place one right there. And then we're going to add some more Hopetech pipes. I'll place one right there. I'll place one right there. And these we're going to set off to the side because we are going to be merging them in. Then we are going to go ahead and grab the Hopetech Pipes mid. We're going to need a total of 4 of these. First one we're going to go ahead and place right here. We're going to place one right here, one right here. Then we're going to copy one out here. And then we're going to move this right over here. Now, these pipes do not flip, but there are 2 variants of them. So, similar to the flip glitch, we're going to do the variant glitch. We're just going to change the variant, and change it back. then hit cancel, and then that's in place. Again, if you don't want to do this particular merge, you could go ahead and grab this shield generator and place it right here instead. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab one of these pipes 4, and we are going to place it right here. And then we're going to flip it and cancel. And now that is connecting these pipes in with this radiator structure. Finally, I have not been able to find a way that I like that's going to go ahead and connect this cockpit in, unless you go into the HABs and you look at their companionways. However, even these companionways have an issue in that, well, it's a companionway, so you've got a 1x1 with doors on it, and you still need to move through this. And then even eventually here, it's then going to somehow connect, and just the connections just don't work here. So what I decided to do here is I'm taking this pipes 4, and then I'm connecting it and glitching it through the top of this cockpit. This goes ahead and gets us a smoother appearance here. And the actual area that you are in the cockpit is kind of right up here and then right here. So you don't actually see this merging into your ship. Now, from here, all that is left is paint job. So, do whatever looks cool to you. Yeah, let's go ahead and change things up some. What do you think? I'd do some blues. Nice lighter blue here. And then let's go for more of a gold color. Makes a nice golden highlight. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right. Let's go ahead and see this ship in flight. All right. And see that it is still quite a mobile ship, despite only having those 2 little engines. And then let's take a look at this photo mode. And here we go. Here you can see me sitting in my cockpit. And let's come on up here and do a nice top shot. All right, there we go. And with that, I will leave you guys here. Enjoy.